So the first example, it says here, we use something to talk about things or people for the first time. So if you're talking about someone or something for the first time, what do we use? Do we use a, an, or do we use the? Which one?
An.
Correct. So if you want to talk about something for the first time, you should say a or an. That's right. And what about when we know the second time, when we know what the person is talking about? When we know which thing or person, what do we use? An, or do we use the?
The.
Correct. So when you speak about something for the second time, we use the, right? What about when we talk about something and there is only one thing or one person in a place? What do we use? An, or do we use the?
The.
Correct.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam. How are you today, Hannah? Can you hear us? Hannah?
Fine, thank you.
Okay, good. So here we are having a revision, Hannah, of how to
Yes.
use a and an, and how to use the. Okay. So if you want to talk about something for the first time, you should use a or an. If you want to talk about it for the second time, or if the listener knows what you're talking about, of course we use the. And if you want to talk about something and there's only one thing,
Yes.
or
Okay.
one person in particular, يعني الشيء هذا ما فيش منه إلا قطعة واحدة أو طرف واحد, we usually use the. For example, here, Hannah, can you read the 3 examples in blue? Can you see the 3 examples in blue here? Can you read them, please? Are you there, Hannah? Can you hear us? معنا هنا تسمعي فينا؟ Okay, she disconnected. Okay, Salma, can you read the 3 examples, please? The blue examples here.
Okay. An old man in a long coat came and sat near him. The old man had a big black dog. He sat in the front row.
Right. Okay. So here, of course, we use the front row because we only have one front row, right? So how many front rows do we have, Rashid? Do we have one front row? واحدة. ما عندناش أكثر من صفة أولى, right? لأن الصفة اللي بعد الأولى معش أولى بتولي صفة ثانية, صح? So for the first row we use the, because we only have one first row. Okay, let's check the summary. نشوف الموجز أو الملخص. Let's check it in page 100. Let's go to page 136. Let's see. Maybe there's extra information. Let's check. All right, so you can see here. Okay, so we have 3 rules and we also have a tip. So let's check the 3 rules and let's see what they say. So the first rule, it says we use a or an to talk about things for the first time. So the first 3 points are the same from the lesson. نفس الشيء, مفيش حاجة جديدة. Okay, the tip is important. Can you read the tip? Hannah, are you there? Can you read the tip? Can you hear us? Hello, Samiha, how are you today?
I'm fine, thanks. How are you, doctor?
Good, good. Okay, so you can read because I think Hannah has a problem with her connection. Can you read the tip here? Of course, Samiha, we're just doing a quick revision about some of the things we talked about. So we're discussing the rule when to use a or an and when to use the. So we agreed that we use an or a when you talk about things for the first time. If you talk about the thing for the second time, and if the listener knows who you're talking about or what you're talking about, we use the. And we also use the when we speak about a thing when there's only one thing or one person in a place, right? Now, I'd like you to read the tip here. What does the tip say? Can you see the tip, Samiha?
Where?
Here, I'll show you where the tip is. Here. Can you see it? Can you see the tip?
السلام عليكم.
Wa alaikum salam.
Hi,
How are you?
doctor.
Good. How are you today, Najat?
الحمد لله. Hi, كنت.
Please. Good. Alhamdulillah. Can you read it, Samiha? Are you there? معنا ولا
Okay. We also use the in some fixed phrases. Go to the cinema, the theater, in the morning, afternoon, evening, at the weekend, the news, etc.
Yes. So here there is extra information بخصوص استخدام the. There are some fixed phrases في كلمات معينة فيهم the دائما. So if you want to talk about the cinema, you can't say go to cinema. No. Go to the cinema. Go to the theater. If you want to talk about morning, afternoon, or evening, you have to say in the evening, in the afternoon, in the morning. So the is fixed. At the weekend, the news. Did you see the news last night? The news. Okay? So this is extra information. So we also use the in some fixed phrases. Okay? The beach also. I'm at the beach. The beach. We don't say beach or sea. The beach. So we always use the. Okay? So this is just extra information on how to use a, an, or the. Okay, let's go back. All right, so this is exercise number 4. Now let's check exercise number 5. So it says here, read the joke again. Find all the examples of a, and the, and then decide why they are used. All right, so let's check the joke from last lesson. We want to underline all the articles, okay? So article, when we say a, an, or the, of course, this means articles, articles, okay? So let's find all of them, and you tell me why did we use the or a or an, okay? أنا من جد بندير عليهم خط, and you tell me why. Why did we use the here? So let's check first.
The cinema.
Okay.
The film.
Yes. Okay, let's start. Why did they use the here? What do you think?
Cinema.
Fixed.
Yes, because
Fixed
cinema,
phrase.
it's fixed. We have to use the for cinema. Okay. Why did we use a for film here? What's the reason?
First time talking about, and
Yes.
we don't know which film.
Correct. It's the first time we don't know which film. Good. A drink. Why did we say a drink? And an ice cream, why? Najat, what do you think?
First time.
Yes, because we talked about these for the first time. Why did we use the for front row? Why? What's the reason? What do you think, Najat? Why did we say the front row?
Because we already know it.
Can I say a front row? Can we say, for example, then he sat in a front row? What do you think, Rashid? Why did we use the front row? What's the reason?
Because we know the
Yes,
thing.
we know.
The place.
We know.
No.
We have one front
Yes,
row.
correct, Salma. Yes. Because if you want to talk about something and it's unique, this means there's only one of it. You use the, because front row, we only have one front row anywhere. In a plane, how many front rows do we have in a plane? How many? What do you think?
4.
Not how many rows, how many front rows?
1.
One, right? يعني في أي شيء الصفحة الأمامية هي صفحة واحدة أمامية. Do you get the idea? So here, because according
Yes.
to the rule, if we go back to the rule, نرجع للقاعدة, it says here, rule number 3. Can you check rule number 3? Najat, can you read rule number 3, please? What does it say?
We use the when there's only one thing or person in a particular place.
Yes.
محدد معين.
Yes. Or for example, if we have a court, if we have a court and we want to talk about Qadi, what do we say? The judge. There's only one judge in a courtroom. هو قاضي واحد ما عندناش أكثر منه. He's just one person. So we say the judge is here. Talk to the judge. Where's the judge? Stand up for the judge. The judge. Because there's only one judge in the court, right? So that's why we use the. That's why we use the for the front row. This is the reason. Okay. Now let's check the second example, the second part. A few minutes later, an old man in a long coat sat near him. The old man had a pig, and the dog sat.
The old man.
The old man, correct. Okay. Let's start from the beginning. A few minutes later, why did we use a here? What's the reason?
The first time.
Correct. Yes. What about an old man? What's the reason? Why did we use an?
The same.
The same for the first time. What about a long coat?
Also, it's the same.
The same, right? It's the first time we talk about the coat. Correct. Why did we say the old man in the second sentence? Why?
We already know it.
Yes, It's repeated. We know who the man is now. It's not the first time. And a big black dog. Why did we use a?
First time.
First time.
First time, yes. Then we said the dog.
We already know.
Yeah, we know the dog. Good. Then it says the floor. Why did we say the floor?
The third rule.
Sorry?
The third one.
One floor.
Third rule.
You mean the third rule?
And there is no floor.
How many floors do we have?
We have one.
Yeah, we have one floor, right? قديش لوطة هي لوطة واحدة. Right? So this means we can only say the floor. The dog sat on the floor. We cannot say a floor. We have to say the floor. All right? Okay, very nice. And then we said the man's feet. Why did we use the man's feet?
We already know the man.
We talked about the man. We know the man. Correct. Okay. What do you notice here? We have lots of the, right? So the film, the dog, the film, the dog, a person, the dog, the way, the film. Why? Why did we use the here?
Because
We know the film.
We know the film and we know the dog, right?
repeat it.
Let's repeat it. But why did we say a person?
We don't know who's.
We don't know who the person is in the film. So new person. And then we said all the way.
Through the film.
I think yes, it's fixed. The way, it's kind of the is fixed. We cannot say all away, right? We always say all the way. All right, let's go to number 4. The end.
The film.
The film. The old. The old. And said it was. All right. Now.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. How are
How are
you
you?
today?
I'm fine, and you?
Good, thank you. Good. Okay. So here, Kilani, we're just answering a question. The question says, look for all the articles. They want us to look for all a and an and the. Okay. So we found all of them. And now we're answering the question. The question says, why did we use a or an in these places, and why did we use the in these places? Okay, so this is the question.
Okay.
All right, so we answered the first part. Number 1, 2, 3, we finished them, and now we're doing number 4. So why did we use the here for end? What's the reason? Rashid, what do you think? Why did we say?
We know the film.
We know the film, but do we know the end?
There is no one end.
No.
Yes, Najat, correct. There's only one end for every movie. Can we have a movie with more than one end? هل في أكثر من نهاية لأي film?
No.
Yeah, it's only one end. So if there's only one thing, if it's just one thing that we use, then we use the. So the film has only one end. So this is the end. Okay. The film, we know it. The old man, we know it. The old man again. Okay, here, why did we say the book? At the end, he hated the book.
There's only one book.
Is there? But there are more than one books in the world. في أكثر من كتاب يا راشد صح ولا؟
The book talk about the film.
Yes, very good, Rashid. That's the point. طبعا نتكلم على الكتاب اللي هو ندار منه الفيلم. You get the idea? So this means it's a specific book. كتاب محدد مش أي كتاب. الكتاب اللي ندار منه الموفي، اللي ندار منه الفيلم. Do you get the point? وضحت في الأخير علاش the book.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is حالة نوعا ما استثنائية. Alright, so this is just an exercise. مجرد تمرين بيعودنا على أمتى نستعمله
ما عندها استعمالات الثانية ذا.
Yes. في استعمالات ثانية. في أشياء معينة، دول معينة لازم نقولها ذا. The USA. مثلا. We have other things, for example, when you talk about من غير الحاجات المكررة.
The United Nations.
The United Nations في منظمات هالباب ذا. We also talk في حاجة ثانية اللي هي بذا. I'm trying to remember the rule from the upper intermediate book. كان في موضوع مطول على قصة ذا والآ والآن. For example, some mountains لما نتكلم على سلسلة جبال, for example, the Himalayas, you have to say the Himalaya mountains, the Atlas mountains, right? You have to say the. But if it's just one mountain, we don't use any article. We say Mount Everest. We say Mount Kilimanjaro. So if you have a group of mountains, we use the Himalaya. The Himalayan mountains, the Himalayan mountains. سلسلة جبال نستعمل the Atlas mountains. But one mountain, we don't use any article. We just say Mount Everest, for example. If you have a group of islands, جزر, we always use the. We say the Philippines. Because the Philippines is more than one island, the Philippines. But if it's one island, Malta, we don't use that. ففي شوية تفاصيل فيها موضوع A والآن والذا. لكن مبدئيا for this level, for this lesson يعني مركزين لكم على الثلاثة القواعد هذه بس. Okay?
Okay.
All right, so let's check the next exercise. Let's go to the next exercise. Number 5. Let's check. Sorry, number 6. It says here, check the words with your teacher or in a dictionary. Okay, so maybe we have a few new words. Cut down, a tree, an axe, a noise, a chainsaw. So cut down a tree. I think this is clear. When you cut down a tree, right?
Yes.
How do you cut down a tree? Using what?
Chainsaw.
You can use a chainsaw or you can use an axe.
An axe.
What's an axe in Arabic?
Ass.
Pass.
Yes. And what about chainsaw? Correct. So a chainsaw is automatic. Do you know the chainsaw?
سراج.
Yes, but here I'll show you a photo of it, so you can see it. It's can you see this?
Yeah.
Do you see it? This is a chainsaw. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So we have a chainsaw, we have an axe, and we use them to cut down trees. Okay? So now I think you know all of the words in the box. So I want you to take a few minutes and I want you to complete this joke. Okay? So we have another joke, and we have to use an, or the. Okay? So take 2 or 3 minutes first. Okay? Take some time. Decide what to use. So you have 3 options. Let me show you the options you have. You have the, you have an, and you have the. These are your three options, okay? So take a few minutes and complete the gaps, and then we'll check them together. Okay. And when you're finished, just let me know, okay?
I finished.
All right, good. Okay, who else finished? Okay, Kilani, would you like to? You can do the first four, okay?
I finished it.
Okay, good. Okay, so you can start, Abdurrahman.
One morning, the man wanted to cut down the tree in his garden.
Okay, why did you use the? Why did you use the?
Because there's one man.
But the world has 4 billion.
First time.
The man because plural.
The man, is he plural or is he singular, the man?
Singular, yes.
Do we use the for every singular?
A man, yes.
Okay, correct, yes. We have to say a man, right?
Yes.
And what about tree? Do we say the tree or a tree?
القاعدة قاعد مش فاهمها كويس. عارف. أمان علاش درنا أمان؟
Okay, because this is the first time we talk about him.
Okay.
If you talk about someone or something for the first time, you have to use a or an. You cannot use the.
Okay.
The only exception, استثناء الوحيد to use the, عندك حالتين. If there's only one thing, for example, the front row, the floor, وإلا fixed عبارة ثابتة زي the cinema, the beach. مش ثاني عندنا these are examples of words ثابتة فيها the. but غيرها مال الاستثناءات دائما الحاجة الأولى اللي بتتكلم عنها ديما a or an. You cannot use the.
The evening.
بالضبط اللي هم المواقيت الثابتة. The evening, in the evening, in the afternoon, in the morning. حتى هذا فيهم ذا ثابتات fixed.
الأولاد السوشيال هم الأولاد اللي قلتهم.
الأولاد اللي هي أن الكلمة ثابتة اللي هي fixed.
إيه تماما.
وإلا لو أن هي شيء يعني ما فيش منه إلا هو.
يعني أوكي. ولا شيء كانت تكرر أو ما كانت تكرر مرة ثانية نديروا دا ولا؟
بالضبط. أول تكرار حتدير ذا. لأنه أصبح معروف الرجل على أما رجل تتكلم. أوكي.
One morning a man wanted to cut down a tree.
Correct.
In his garden.
Mm-hmm.
He went to the shop ولا؟
Why that?
Fix it.
علاش fix?
Shop.
shop. ما نعرفوش أي معلومات مازال على المحل.
Okay. He went to a shop to buy an axe.
Nice. Okay. Good. Okay. خلينا نرجعهم من الأول. Okay. Can you start again from the beginning, please?
Okay. One morning, a man wanted to cut down a tree in his garden. He went to a shop to buy an axe.
All right. He went to a shop to buy an axe. Nice. All right, Najat, you can do from number 5 to number 8.
Okay. A manager of the shop said, "Why don't you buy a chainsaw? It will save you a lot of time." The man agreed and bought a very expensive chainsaw.
Okay. Now, in the beginning, number 5, why did you use a?
Because the first time.
Okay. How many managers do we have in a shop?
One. The manager. Yes.
Right? Because here, the manager, we don't have more than one manager in one shop. هذا ليش ديما نقولوا the president, the king, the queen, the teacher, right? Because we only have one teacher in the class. We have only one king in a country.
I forgot in particular places.
Yeah, and we have only one president, except Libya. We have lots of presidents in Libya. ممكن استثناء في الجرامر راح نطلع بقاعدة جديدة. But normally there's only one president, so we say the president, right?
The manager of the shop said.
Okay. Okay. Yes. Can you repeat your part from the beginning, please, Najat? From number 5.
The manager of the shop said, "Why don't you buy a chainsaw? It will save you a lot of time." The man agreed and bought a very expensive chainsaw.
Right.
That's very expensive.
I don't think that. I think you have to say and bought a very expensive chainsaw.
Because we repeat it for a second time.
Yeah, I don't know. Doesn't sound okay. And bought the very expensive. But we said chainsaw, but we never said very expensive.
You know the rule of superlative, the very expensive. We must add the.
هنا ما عندناش superlative. We don't have a superlative. We have an adjective. Just an adjective.
Most expensive.
We didn't say the most. We didn't say the most expensive. We just said
a very expensive chainsaw.
Correct. I think it's a very expensive chainsaw. Correct. Okay. Where's Rashid? Would you like to do from number 9 to 13? I mean 10. Rashid, are you there?
Yes.
All right. So you can start.
The tree, he worked very hard for
Okay.
6 hours.
Start from he took it.
He 9 10
He took it home and started cutting down the tree. He worked very hard for 6 hours, but the tree didn't fall down. The man was very angry and went back to the shop. This chainsaw.
Okay, so why did you use the in all the examples, Rashid?
We know.
Yes, we know the tree, and we know the
Yes.
man, and we know the shop, right?
Yes.
So we have to use the. Very good. Okay, so Selma, you can do the last part.
Okay.
This chainsaw.
This chainsaw is no good. He said, it looks okay to me. Said the manager. He looked at it for. He looked
Okay,
at,
Selma, your voice is not clear. Can you speak clearly to the microphone?
The chainsaw is no good. He said, it looks okay to me. Said the manager. He looked at it for a minute. Then started the chainsaw. What's that noise? Asked the man.
Okay. Correct, Selma. Yes. Did you understand the joke? Did you get the joke? I'm going to write all the answers now, and then one of you can. Okay, can you help me with the answers? خلينا نكتبهم كلهم بعدين نعطي فرصة حد يقراها ممكن نفهم النكتة شنو قصتها. Okay, so let's start. Number 1. What's the answer?
أمان.
Yes.
A tree.
A tree.
Number 3.
A shop.
An axe.
Yes.
The
The manager.
Right. Let's use capital.
the manager.
The shop.
The shop.
Yes. Correct.
A chainsaw.
A chainsaw.
Chains.
The man.
The man.
Yeah.
A very
expensive.
The tree.
The tree.
Okay.
The tree.
The tree.
The man.
Okay.
The shop.
The shop.
Yes. Okay. 14.
The manager.
Correct.
The chainsaw. The man.
All right. So we have all the answers. Okay, Samiha, would you like to read the joke from the beginning to the end? So we will try to understand it together. I think Samiha disappeared. All right. Okay. Najat, you can read it for us. Can you read the whole story? The whole joke?
Okay. One morning, a man wanted to cut down a tree in his garden. He went to a shop to buy an axe. The manager of the shop said, "Why don't you buy a chainsaw? It will save you a lot of time." The man agreed and bought a very expensive chainsaw. He took it home and started cutting down the tree. He worked very hard for 6 hours, but the tree didn't fall down. The man was very angry and went back to the shop. "The chainsaw is no good," he said. "It looks okay to me," said the manager. He looked at it for a minute, then started the chainsaw. What's that noise? Ask the man.
Okay, so what's the joke here? Who understood the joke? من يفهم النكتة على شنو تدري؟ What do you think, Kilani? Did you understand the joke?
Why the chainsaw doesn't work when the man wants to cut the tree, and when bring it to the manager, just look at the chainsaw,
And
it works.
But if you check at the beginning of the story, did the man switch on the chainsaw? Did he turn it on? Did he start the chainsaw?
No.
Yeah. So what was he doing? He was cutting the tree with the chainsaw without starting the chainsaw.
Oh, okay.
You get the point?
Okay.
صاحبنا
Yes.
Yes.
ليبي صح. هو حاجة جديدة عليه شكله أول مرة.
Yes, exactly. Yes. He never used the chainsaw before, so he was using it like a saw. What's the difference between a saw and a chainsaw?
So use
منشار.
Yes.
يدوي manual.
Correct. So a saw is there. You don't need electricity or gas or fuel or you just use your hands.
Need muscles. Need good muscles.
You need good muscles. That's correct. You need very good muscles. But a chainsaw is automatic. You put some.
There's a chain.
Yeah, there's a chain, and it's automatic. You put in some, some gasoline, and that's all, or kerosene or something, and it works, or electricity, depends. Okay, so this is the joke. So the man is a bit stupid. He was using the chainsaw without turning it on, without starting it. Okay, did you get the joke, Salma and Rashid? Did you get the point?
Yes.
Salma, did you get the idea?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so now we have a nice revision of Unit 7. Let's start with number 1. So we have a little bit of okay, Samiha, you can do exercise number 1. I'd like you here to complete these words, and we have missing letters, of course. So you're going to tell me the word, and then you'll complete the missing letters. So the first word, all of them are, of course, films, different types of films. The first one is horror films. What's the second one?
I think science fiction.
Correct. And what about the spelling? What are the letters which are missing?
Missing the letter.
Yeah, what are the missing letters?
C.
Correct.
N.
N. Let me change, the red color is better. So we have C. Okay. N. What else?
F-I.
Yeah.
I-O.
All right.
Films. I-L.
Yes, correct. What about number 3?
Cartoons.
And the spelling?
A.
Yeah.
Double O.
And number 4?
Love stories.
Right.
O-E.
Yes. And stories?
T-O. I.
Correct. And number 5? What's this?
Thriller. Thrillers.
Thrillers, right.
R.
E
دبل ال.
Double L is correct.
double L, okay.
Number 4.
اكشن فيلم.
Action films, I think.
Yes. Spelling?
CIO.
Correct. And the films, come on. Okay.
Comedies.
Yes. Comedies.
Plural, yes. Comedies is correct.
O.
E.
ED.
Yes,
Lead.
it's correct.
Historical dramas.
Right. And the spelling?
I.
Historical.
Oh,
Yes. I.
yes.
A.
Right. And drums?
AE.
Are you sure?
A.
A. Historical dramas, right? Okay, okay. So these are different types of films, and this is the spelling. All right, now let's go to number 2 here. And this is a memory exercise, actually. So this is a memory exercise. If you can't remember, then it's not a problem, but let's try. So Najat here, or let's check Rashid. Let's see Rashid's memory. Number 1, Rashid, tell me if this is
Yes.
true or false. James Bond was born in England.
True.
Are you sure?
Yes.
No.
Who disagrees with Rashid?
No.
I disagree. Born.
Okay. Where was he born?
In Scotland.
Forget it, but not in England.
Not England. What's the answers, Salma?
Scotland.
Right. He was born in Scotland.
He is British, but
Yes.
he
Not
didn't
England.
born in England. Yes.
Born in Scotland. Scotland.
Scotch.
He had 2 sisters.
No.
False.
False.
False, I think. I don't think he had 2 sisters.
No.
Not sister, neither brother.
Yeah.
He didn't have
Number
a-
3, his parents died in an accident.
True.
Yeah, I think that's true. Yes. He
Yeah,
liked
yeah.
studying.
No.
No.
No. But what was he good at?
Sport.
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 He was good at sports. Right. And number 6, he worked as a doctor in World War II.
False. Teacher.
Who disagrees?
Yes, again.
Not teacher, not doctor.
What did he do in World War II?
Yes, again.
Bye.
Spy? Yes,
Maybe.
spy, but there's a more specific answer. Tilani, can you remember?
Secret agent.
What, Selma? Can you say it again?
Secret agent.
Agent.
Secret agent?
Yeah.
Yes, but there's another thing.
He works spy for the British.
Correct. He worked as a spy for the British army, but not army. حاجة تانية مش الجيش.
Navy, Army.
Navy, correct. He was a secret agent in the British Navy. Navy, right? What does Navy mean?
Yes.
Marine.
Correct. In Arabic, Navy.
بحرية.
Yes,
بحرية.
correct. Marine, yes. المارينز اللي هم النيفي الأمريكية يسموا في روحهم مارينز، لكن نيفي بصفة عامة يعني البحرية بصفة عامة. Okay, good. He got married in 1962. Who remembers? I
Two.
don't remember. I don't know.
I remember.
We forget.
I forgot. Because here they want us to try to remember and then we can go check. I don't think it's very important. We can skip it. But I think it's true. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think it's true. He got married in 1962. I think. Anyway. But he got separated very quickly, so maybe that's good.
Yes.
No marriage drama, right? He can focus on work. All right. Now number 3, fill in the gaps. Okay, this is a grammar question. Fill in the gaps with did, was, or were. Okay. So all of it is in the past, but sometimes you have to use did, and sometimes you have to use was or were. Okay, let's start with Kinani, you can start.
Did you get up early?
Okay. What about number 2, Najat?
Where you
Where?
have,
Yes?
where?
Okay. Salma, number 3.
Was your teacher nice to you?
Okay. And number 4, Samiha, are you there?
Yes. Did you listen to any music?
Rashid, can you do the next one?
Were you at home in the evening?
Okay. Kilani, the last one.
Did you go to bed late?
Okay. Okay, so all of these are correct. This is a nice revision for very simple, for past simple, and the past of verb to be. Okay, now let's check number 4. So here we have some matching. So it's a matching question, okay? So Nijat, you can do number 1. Can you read the question and find the best answer? Don't think, quickly.
Okay. When did you last go to birthday party? 2 months ago.
Okay. Let's write your answers. Okay, number 2. Samiha, you can do number 2.
Whose birthday party was it? The answer, I think, if my boyfriend Leo.
No.
Think again, Samiha. There's another answer.
Whose birthday party was it?
Why
My
is
cousin.
that? Yes, C is correct. But why? Why is C correct and F not correct? Why? Samiha. What's the reason?
No.
Was 3? Who did?
Yes.
Time.
It's possessive.
Possessive S, yes?
ما هو الواحد ملكية.
Correct. Whose
yes.
is for possession? Yes, it asks about possession. All right, now Kilani, you can do number 3.
Who did you go with? My boyfriend Leo.
Right. Okay, Rashid, number 4.
Where was the party?
What's the correct answer?
In Tim's flat.
Salma, number 5.
How many people were there? About 50.
Okay. And Samiha?
What music did they play?
Okay, what's the answer?
Dance music. D.
Okay, and Kilani?
How long did you stay? Until 2 a.m.
All right, okay. All right, so this is WH questions with past simple. Okay, WH questions using did, was, and were. WH questions. Okay, now let's move to number 5. We have a crossword puzzle. We need to find 15 verbs. And these verbs are, all of them, they are in the infinitive. Okay, can you find 15 verbs here?
When?
When?
Yes.
Is it a verb, when?
No.
Cry.
Cry?
Listen, the last horizontal.
Okay, let me choose the square tool. So we have cry. And what did you find, Najat?
Listen, last horizontal.
Last horizontal. Okay. What else?
Wait, the last vertical.
Where?
See.
Horizontal or vertical? Wait.
Wait.
But where is it? You have to say.
Yes.
The
This
vertical.
Vertical, left or right?
By my hand, right?
Yeah, also by the page, right?
Yes.
Okay, so wait.
when.
Where's when?
Yes.
Where is it, Kilani?
This
Yeah, you have to say horizontal or vertical.
vertical.
No, it's horizontal.
horizontal معناها أفقي.
See, above the wind.
بالضبط.
See.
Horizontal أفقي, vertical عمودي.
Okay.
Above
Okay.
wind.
But.
But where's
Sea.
Above the sea.
Not exactly above it.
The row.
Yeah, it's the row above, right? Okay, what else? We still have other verbs.
Break.
Who can find start?
Yes. Choose. Let's start choose.
Correct, very good. Okay, Kilani gets the chocolate.
Happen.
Happen, where's happen, Rashid?
Fourth vertical.
Yes. Selma, find the verbs.
Hate.
Hate, right. Can you see any verbs, Selma? There's another verb.
Come.
Come.
Third vertical.
Yes. There's another verb.
Break.
Pray.
Break. Yeah.
Correct. There's another one. Who can find it? Whoever finds it can buy me a chocolate.
wash.
Was.
Wash.
Wash. Not exactly, no. Because wash we use sh, not a c, right? Okay, I'll help you. It's vertical.
Bye. No, I already answered. Set.
Yes. So you win the prize, Najat. And the prize is buying me chocolate.
Okay. You deserve it.
Okay, very nice. By the way, crossword puzzles are very, very popular in newspapers, you know, in magazines. When people are bored, it's a common activity that British, the British people like to do. All right, now let's find the past simple of these verbs, because all of these verbs are in the infinitive, so we need to change them to the past. So let's start with choose.
Choose it.
Chose.
Remove. Oh.
Chose. Okay, so yeah, let's I'll read them and then you can, and then I'm going to write them here in the list. So we have chose. What about come?
Came.
Came.
Good. Break.
Broke.
Good. Wait.
Waited.
Right. What about see?
So.
What about listen?
Listen.
Correct. What about win?
Won.
What about cry?
Right.
Okay. And put. We have what else do we have? Happen.
Hated.
Hate. Also, what about hate?
Hated.
Yes. What about happen? Happened. Then we have, I think this is all of them.
Boat.
Sit and buy. What about sit? Sat. What about buy?
Bought.
Bought. Correct. So we have bought. Do we have 15 now? I think we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, started. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We have started. So we still have 2 others. We should have 15. Started. I think we still have other verbs. Let's
start.
What did you say, Sanma?
Just one.
There's one missing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There's one missing. It looks like we forgot one of them.
love ولا شنو؟
No, we don't have.
مش love بالفي بالجي اتش.
Where is it?
ولا شنو؟
Where is it?
A vertical.
Vertical.
Yes.
which row?
4 from right.
4 from the right.
Yes.
Ah, yeah. Very good.
Laugh.
Laugh.
Laugh, yeah.
This is the missing verb. Laugh. Laughing, from laughing, laugh. Here, can you see it?
Yes.
L-A-U-H-G-H, laugh. This is the verb 15. مختفوا القائمة اللي كتبتها. Let's move it like this so we can see it. So we have the past of, it's no problem. Okay, now you can see the verbs, right? A boat started.
Yes.
And now the last one. What's the past of laugh?
Laughed.
Laughed. It's regular, right? Laughed.
Laughter.
Laughter is the noun, yes.
Yes.
All right. Started, laughed. Okay, so these are the verbs in our list. Very nice, so we can move on. So this means you have to get Kilani a chocolate too, because he found the last verb. So he deserves a chocolate, I think. Okay, so let's move on. So now we're going to talk a little bit about holiday activities, and we're going to talk about can and can't for possibility. Okay, so this is something interesting. Now, if I say, let me show you. For example, if I say I can't speak German, for example. What is this? Is it ability or possibility?
Possible.
What do you think? Here, of course, this is inability really, because I can't. But the way I used can and can't, and if I say here I can speak English, for example. So I can't speak German, but I can speak English. So this is for.
I don't able to speak.
Yeah, it means exactly. It means I'm able to speak English, but I'm not able, or I'm unable to speak German, right? So this way, this is how we normally use can and can't. We use it for ability. I'm able to, it means I can, or I'm unable to, it means I can't or I cannot, right? But there's another way of using can and can't, not for ability, but for possibility. Who can think of an example of using can and can't for possibility? Who can use them for possibility?
Can you give me some money?
Can you give me some money? And if I say, yes, I can, what does it mean?
You can give me.
It means, is it possible?
It's possible.
Or...
Possible.
Yes.
Okay. Can you think of another example? It's okay. I think it's about possibility. Yes. Can you think of another example?
If you have the thing, you can give it.
But okay. But can you think of another example?
Can you bring my chocolate?
Can you bring my chocolate?
Yes.
If I say yes, I can. If I say no, I can't. Does it mean that I'm unable, or does it mean that it's not possible? What do you think?
Unable. Possible.
Okay, I know it sounds a little confusing, but let me show you some examples.
Understand the idea, Doctor.
You don't get the idea. The idea here, Samiha, is that can, we can sometimes use it for ability, للمقدرة. So I can speak German, I can't swim, I can play the guitar, I cannot play the piano. This is, all of this is about ability, things you are able to do, right? If I ask you, can you drive a car? And you say, yes, I can. I'm not asking about possibility. احتمالات يعني هل يصير أو ما يصيرش. يعني نفس القدرة يعني عندك المقدرة. Can you drive? Do you have the skill? Do you get the idea? But sometimes can and can't, we use them for possibility. مش للقدرة. We also use them in a slightly different way. For example, here, let me show you an example. If I ask you a question about Libya, I say, for example, Samiha, can you go swimming in Libya? Can you go swimming in Libya?
Yes, I
can.
Yes, you can, right? You can go swimming in Libya because we have a long coast. We're on the Mediterranean Sea, so you can swim in the sea in Libya, right? You can go to the beach in Libya. Can you go to the beach? Can you go to the beach in let's think of a country in the middle of the world. Canada also has a long coast. But can you go to the beach in Switzerland?
No.
No, you can't.
No, I can't.
Because Switzerland has no beach. It doesn't have a coast.
No beach.
You can go swimming in a lake, of course, or a swimming pool, but you cannot go to the beach in Switzerland. They have no beach. You get the idea? So here, the problem with can or can't isn't about ability. It's about possibility. It's impossible to go to the beach in Switzerland. There's no beach. المجال غير متاح. يعني ما فيش احتمالية انك انت تمشي للشط. So can be used in two different ways, can and can't. الطريقة الكلاسيكية الأولى from the first level, from beginner, اللي هي المعروفة الability. I can play music, I can speak a language, I can drive, I can ride a bike, I can use the computer, I can download music. All of this is ability. But sometimes we use can for possibility, okay? In this lesson, we are going to focus on possibility. التركيز كله على قصة possibility. But let's start with some vocabulary because this lesson is very nice. It talks about holidays and travel and things we cannot do now because of this situation in Libya. All right, now holiday activities. Think of 3 places that tourists go to in your country. So let's think of 3 important touristic places not in Tripoli, in Libya, in all of Libya. Can you think of some famous or important places for tourists in Libya?
Yes.
Okay.
Libda,
yes. So Leptis Magna is one of them. What else? What other important places? Selene, yeah. We also have historical things and ruins. We can check in Selene, okay. What else?
The Marcus Arch.
The Marcus Arch, yes. We can check it here in Tripoli. We have an arch. Anything else?
قبرعون in Sahara.
Desert.
In the desert, yes. In the desert, you can go to Gabron.
Yes.
Which is what do we call Gabron? What do we call it? Who knows?
Lake.
Not a lake. We call it. Starts with the letter O. Have you seen this word before?
Oasis.
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 Yeah. Oasis. Waha. An oasis.
كأنه W.
Yeah, maybe it's not. It's ممكن الأصل بتاعها مش إنجليزي. I don't know where it's from. But in English, الواحات يقولوا لهم الواحة مفرد oasis and the plural is oases. I think it's French. ممكن أصلها كلمة فرنسية. I don't know. But this is what's used in English. Oasis. So it's like a lake, but it's in the desert. So if it's in the desert, we cannot call it a lake. They call it an oasis.
We cannot go to oasis in Europe.
Exactly, because it's impossible. There's no desert. There's no desert in Europe. So if there's no desert, there's no oasis. So you cannot visit an oasis in France, all right? You have to go to the desert to find an oasis. Good example, Najat, yes. This is using can and can't for possibility or impossibility, all right? Okay, now these three places we talked about, or four places like Leptis Magna, the Marcus Arch or the Arch of Marcus, Gaborone, Selene. What can they do there? What can tourists do there?
Have a look and buy a souvenir.
Correct.
And eat traditional dishes and buy traditional souvenir and traditional costume.
Right. So in these places, a tourist can take photos, for example. A tourist can, what else? They can have a look. They can go sightseeing. Do you know this this verb?
Yes.
Go sightseeing. They use it a lot with tourism. Go sightseeing.
Yes.
So sightseeing, to go sightseeing is when you go to a country or a city or a place, you visit all the touristic places. You visit the important things. So if you go to Paris, if you want to go sightseeing in Paris, you will check the Eiffel Tower, the Champs-Élysées, you will check the Arc de Triomphe, the Triumph Arc, the Triumph Arch in English, Arc de Triomphe. You can see La Défense. It's a place called La Défense. You know, you can see the Louvre Museum, the River Seine. All of these things this is called sightseeing. It means you visit, you look and visit. نعم.
مناظر هيك.
No, this is a verb. It's not a noun.
Okay.
You go and visit and see. This is the meaning of sightseeing. معناها أنت اللي يعني كنا بالعربي نقولوا اللي هو السياحة في حد ذاتها، نشاط السياحة في حد ذاتها. This is the meaning of go sightseeing. This means you visit the place, you check it, you take photos, you look around, you move to another place.
معالم يعني.
زيارة المعالم. هي هذه. مرات يستعملوا في الإكسبريشن go sightseeing, to go sightseeing. All right?
حتى نقدر نستخدمه sightseeing without ing.
لا في العادة يستعمل فيها مع بعضها sightseeing. Go sightseeing. يستعمل فيها زي go shopping, go swimming, go sightseeing. Because usually activities with ing, we always use go. Go hiking, go skiing, go snowboarding, go sailing, go swimming, and go sightseeing. So people, when they travel or when they go on holiday, they usually go sightseeing. وموجود عندك طلعت بالصدفة موجودة مش بحتاج يعني. Because even in pre-intermediate we had a lesson about holidays, and this activity was mentioned. All right, so this is the meaning of go sightseeing. So this is one of the things that tourists in Libya can do in the places, right? Maybe now they can't, but can tourists come to Libya now?
No.
Yeah, no, they can't.
Quarantine.
Yeah, I don't think so. So here we can and can't is for possibility here, right? لأن لو ندوا على المقدرة يقدروا ياخذوا طيارة ويجوا مش ما يقدروش لكن ممكن غير ممكن. Maybe it's not a good idea to come to Libya. Yes, I think it's not a very good idea. Okay, so we talked about some places. Now we have a nice exercise at the end of the book, and we're going to match all of these verbs, all of these activities بالأحرى, or words and phrases. So this is a mix of words and phrases. I think we talked about the difference between a word, a phrase, and a sentence, right? Do you remember the difference between a word, a phrase, and a sentence? Who can tell me the difference? What's the difference between a word, a phrase, and a sentence? Najat, do you know the difference?
A word, just a word.
A word,
one.
Yeah, just one word.
A phrase, maybe word and a verb, maybe verb and a pronoun.
Okay.
And sentences, there's a subject and plus verb plus complement. A full sentence.
Correct. That's right. Usually with a sentence, you have to have a subject. Very important. You cannot have a complete sentence without the subject. Even a very simple sentence like this one. I like ice cream. This is considered a complete sentence, a full sentence, because it has a subject, I, verb, like, object, ice cream. فاعل, فعل, مفعول به, right? This is an example of a complete sentence. But for example, go sightseeing.
Phrase.
This is a phrase because there is no subject. من هو اللي بيمشي sightseeing? We don't know. It's a phrase. Or if I say in the morning. What's this? In the morning. It's a phrase, right? Because there's no verb, there's no subject. It's a phrase. It's not a sentence. And words, it means just one word. Even a, broha, is considered a word in English. Just a. Okay? So this is just a little reminder of the differences between a word, a phrase, and a sentence. Okay, so now this list, let's read it. Where's okay, Samiha, would you like to read the first, maybe the first half, the first third? Can you read these phrases? And then we'll give them to someone else and someone else. Okay, so you can start. Read the first third, the first group of phrases, please. Words and phrases.
Read what, Doctor?
The first, can you read the first part? Here, the phrases.
Okay. Go for walks.
Okay, continue.
Go fishing. Go sights.
Yes.
Sightseeing.
Sightseeing.
Sightseeing. Go shopping.
Right.
Go to the beach. Go skiing.
Yes. All right. Nice. Okay, Kilani, can you do the second group?
Go swimming. Go cycling. Go on the boat trips.
Can you say it again?
Sandbath. Have business. Stay in hotel.
Again, can you repeat this one? This
go
one.
on a boat trip.
Okay. Yes. اللي بعدها.
Go on sunbath.
Okay.
Sunbath. Have business. Stay in a hotel.
Can you read this one? This word.
Have business.
Okay.
Business.
Can you read? I'm going to write another one here. Can you read this one?
Have business. Have bisons. Picnics. Picnics. Yes.
Yeah. Are you
picnic?
Are you looking for a job? Are you looking for a job, Kilani?
No.
No. Why are you thinking about business? Do you want to get married? You're thinking of business? Okay. Yeah, picnics. By the way,
yes.
do you know the difference between picnics in English and picnics in Arabic? Believe me. Because usually when I ask what's the meaning of picnics, most people they say zarda, right?
Yes, we use it for that.
But is it a good translation or not a good translation?
Good translation.
Okay, actually it's very different. The British picnic is completely different from the Libyan picnic. That's why I think it's not a good translation. Because you know what a picnic is in England? A picnic is when for example you go to a park and maybe it's the weekend, so maybe it's a Sunday or a Saturday. So the mother meets maybe her sister or her friend. They take the kids to the park, they feed some ducks, they bring a little bit of tea and some sandwiches, maybe a football for the kids to play. They spend maybe 3 hours, 4 hours, just the afternoon, and they go back home. This is an English picnic or an American picnic, or you understand? It's very different from what we do here in Libya.
Camp.
What we do in Libya is closer to camping. أقرب الزرادي الليبية أقرب معناهم لكامبينج منه لبيكنيك. لأن البيكنيك حاجة خفيفة جدا يعني يديروا فيها أن حتى يحصلوا وقت فراغ. نعم يا سميحة.
نزهة يعني
نزهة بالضبط. نزهة ممكن هي هذه الترجمة الصحيحة لبيكنيك. نوع من التنزه، قاعد شوية تغيير جو، وجبة ساندويتش بالكثير بكو ساندويتش، مرات شاي بس يجيبوا، ما يجيبوش حتى ولا بوب كورن ولا حاجة زي يعني. شوية ممكن خبزة يوكلوها للبط والصغار يلعبوا ويروحوا بالحوش. That's it. But the ones we have here, I think we can call it a bit like camping. الفرق الوحيد أن فيه حوش مبني يعني عادة في الحوايز المزارع. But the rest, it feels like camping because you stay over. You never stay over in a picnic. But in Libya, عادة الزرادي عادة أغلبها فيها بيات. الغالب بيات يعني سواء عائلية أو شبابية. في العادة يعني ما يقعدوش بروحهم. ما يقعدوش يوم واحد. Usually it's more. Okay, now let's the last group. Let's check the last group. Selma, would you like to read the last group of words here?
Okay. Stay with the friends or family. Camp. Rent a car. Rent a bike. Travel by public transport. Go on holiday. Go on vacation. Vacation.
Yeah, so the Americans, they sometimes say vacation, they don't say holiday. It's the same thing. Holiday, vacation, no difference.
Also here in Libya, say vacation.
Yeah, because it's American, so vacation, holiday. But we also say holiday, I think, in Libya.
Yes.
Anyways, let's go and do the exercise on page 138. All right, so this is a nice matching exercise. So here, the words that we talked about, what we want to do is to match them with the photos. Okay, let's try to zoom out a little bit. I think if we zoom out a little bit, we can do it. We need to zoom out more. Let's zoom out more. Okay, now we can see everything. So we have, how many pictures do we have? I think 15, not 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 18. So we have 18 pictures and 18 holiday activities. So all of these things, some of them are not holiday activities. I mean, some of them are mixed. Some of them you can do even if you're in your country, right? But most of these are holiday activities. Okay, so let's match. So go for walks. Where's this?
G.
G or J?
G.
Do you agree with Abdurrahman? Do you think that's right? Who agrees with Abdurrahman? Abdurrahman says number 1 is G. Is that correct?
No.
What's the right answer? Okay, let's leave it and go back to it. M. What do you think M is?
Go shopping.
Go shopping.
Yes, Rashid?
Yes, shopping.
Yeah, I agree.
Go
I think M is shopping.
Go shop.
Yeah, go shopping. All right, go fishing. Where's fishing? Go fishing.
D. D.
D.
R.
D.
D.
Oh, clear.
D, R.
D.
Yes, yes. What about go sightseeing? Where's go sightseeing?
G.
J,
K.
K,
K.
J.
G.
G,
J.
maybe F.
No.
Okay,
No.
I'm going to write both answers, okay? Some of you say شو الإجابات اللي قلتها؟
J.
G.
J. Yes, some of you said J, and some of you, what did you say? The other answer? شو الإجابة الثانية اللي قلتها؟
K.
K.
K. Yes.
All right, okay. Go to the beach.
E.
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 Okay.
C.
C.
O,
C.
E.
C.
E or C?
C or E. C or E.
C or E. Man.
Okay, let's write both of them and then we can check. All right.
Yes, C. E.
C.
E.
B.
C or C.
C.
D.
C.
No.
E.
B. Do you think go to the beach is B?
No.
Go to the beach, C.
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 Okay. What about skiing?
I.
G.
I is correct. What about go swimming?
P.
E.
Okay.
E.
B.
No, P.
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 P, yes.
P or B? Swimming.
P.
P.
Right. Cycling.
F.
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 Okay. Go on boat trips.
R.
R.
Right.
R.
Sunbathe. Sunbathe.
E.
E.
Okay. So this means number 5, go to the beaches.
C.
C.
Okay.
L.
Which one is L?
Have picnics.
Have picnics. Yes, this is L.
N.
L, I think it's correct. Stay in a hotel.
B.
B.
E.
Stay with friends or family.
Q.
H.
H,
No.
H.
H.
maybe correct. Camp.
O.
Yes. Oh.
Mhm.
Rent a car.
N.
N.
And
N.
rent a bike.
A.
A.
Okay. Travel by public transport.
Okay.
Hey,
So this means number 3
Is J.
is J. What about go on holiday?
Q.
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 Yeah, it means it looks like they're leaving to go on holiday in Q, right?
Yeah.
yes.
All right.
Um,
So this means let's change number 3. Let's change K. Let's remove K. And we can only leave J. All right. So I think these are correct. So these are some activities we can do when we go on holiday, right? But can you think of other activities? Not other, I mean, which of these activities can we do at home? I mean, even without traveling. What do you think?
Stay with the family.
Stay with family? Okay.
Have
Do
picnic.
exercise.
Do exercise. Go on a picnic. Correct. You don't have to travel to go to have a picnic, I mean, right? You can have a picnic with your family in your, maybe in your garden, or I don't know.
Go for walks.
Go for a walk. Yeah. So some of these activities are, you can even do them on a daily basis, you know, like daily activities. Not all of them are holiday activities, but
Like cycling.
cycling, you can go cycling without going on holiday.
Job, yes.
Yeah, shopping. But some of these are maybe more entertaining. They're more fun when you do them on holiday, right? It's better to do them on holiday. Maybe this is the idea. Okay, so let's go back and let's see the exercise. All right, now, so we talked about holiday activities in exercise number 2, and we finished the exercise. Okay, so usually, let's see some of your opinions. When you go on holiday, what are the activities you usually do? For example, Rashid, when you go on holiday, what do you usually do? Which of these things do you like to do?
Go sighting.
Go sightseeing, you mean, or cycling?
Yes. Yeah.
Which one?
Sighting.
Sightseeing.
Yes.
Okay, so you like to go sightseeing. Okay. What else do you like to do?
Rent a bike.
Okay, rent a bike.
Go for walks.
Go for walks. Do you prefer to stay with friends and family, or do you prefer to stay in a hotel?
Stay in a hotel.
Yes, I agree. I think it's it's better than staying with friends and family.
That's bad.
Yes. Do you agree, Samiha? Do you think it's better to stay in a hotel instead of staying with friends and family?
Yes, of course, yes.
Yes.
Hotel have a generator.
Yes, the hotel has a generator. They have room service. There are no other Libyans.
With the friends.
You prefer to stay with friends, Kilani.
Yeah.
Why do you think staying with friends is better?
Because
Do you think it's because?
Because we talked and we play football. And we play cards.
But have you
Yes.
have you traveled with your friends before, Kilani?
Yes, yes.
Where did you go with your friends?
We went to Garibaldi.
Okay. That's nice. Did you travel abroad with your friends before to another country? Have you traveled to another country with your friends?
No.
Okay. Okay, my advice, don't travel with your friends. Because
Okay.
when you come back, they will not be your friends anymore. Because I tried this and it didn't work very well. So so maybe it's to a close place, it's okay. But when you go
Yes.
to another country with your friends, and especially if you're staying for more than 10 days, let's say a week or 10 days, it can be a little difficult, right? Because each person wants to live in the same way they live at home. And maybe each person's routine is a little different. Maybe they wake up at a different time. Maybe they have, daily habits. And some daily habits don't work well with holidays, especially when you're in another country and you have a limited amount of time.
Yes.
So it's a little complicated, I think. All right, let's see. What else do you like to do, Kilani? Let's see your opinion. Other activities you like to do. So imagine you're having a holiday, or you're going on holiday to. Where would you like to visit? Which country would you like to visit first?
Anywhere.
Okay, let's say
I like France.
France. You'd like to go to France?
Yes.
All right, nice. What are the things you would like to do in France?
I want to watch the matches.
Okay, good. Yes. So
Yeah.
watch live football. Do you like Paris Saint-Germain? Is it your favorite team?
No, but I like France because even the sightseeing.
Go sightseeing. Yes.
Yes. And the
All
football.
right. And maybe watch a live match in
Yes.
Paris.
Yes.
I think that's fun. Yes. Okay. Anything else you'd like to do when you go to Paris or to France in general? Okay, let's see someone else's opinion. What about you, Najat? What do you usually do when you go on holiday? For example,
we have a free time. I have a holiday. We go on a coherence. If we have a time to the beach or go sightseeing or eat out. Try the tradition of that country.
The traditional food of the country.
Traditional meal.
Yeah, the traditional dishes.
Yes.
And do you prefer to stay with friends and family or stay in a hotel? What do you prefer, Najat?
In a hotel.
Okay, so you also prefer a hotel. All right. Rashid, what about you? What do you usually do when you go on holiday? I think you told us walks. What else did you say? Cycling and sightseeing, right, Rashid? Okay, I think, yes, you answered earlier. What about, I think all of you talked about this. All right, so let's skip this. Let's do number 3, our last exercise for the day. Now, we want to make questions with these words. So the words are, of course, not in order, and we want to put them in order to make questions. So the first question is, when was your last holiday? What's the second question, Najat?
Where did you go?
Right. The third one, Kilani, what's the third question?
Who did you go with?
Nice. Samiha, the next one, number 4.
Where did you stay?
Good. And number 5, Najat?
What did you do? What did you do in the day?
What did you do in the day? Right.
شنو تقول؟
Yeah, it means because there are some activities you can do during the day and some activities at night. This is the idea. Okay, Kilani, number 6.
How did you go? How did you travel around?
And the last question, Samiha. Number 7, can you do number 7, Samiha?
Did you have a good time?
Correct, right. Okay, now I'd like one of you to ask someone else these questions. Who would like to ask and who would like to answer? Who would like to volunteer?
Yes.
Okay, so Kilani is going to ask. Who would like to answer? Would you like to answer, Rashid? He just came back. Rashid, are you there?
Yes.
Okay, so Kilani is going to ask you some holiday questions in number 3, and you're going to answer him, okay? So Kilani, you can start.
When was your last holiday?
Last month.
Where did you go?
I go to Sabrata.
Can you repeat your answer?
Where did you go? Who did you go with?
So, sorry, Kilani, your question is good. Rashid, can you repeat the answer for number 2? Where did you go?
Brata.
I go to Sabrata.
Do we say, how do we change
Sabrata.
it? Yes, I went. Very good. Okay, number 3, Kilani.
Who did you go with?
I went with my family.
Where did you stay?
In hotel.
What did you do in the day? Meaning all day.
No, it means during the day, in the daytime. يعني وقت النهار، شنو النشاطات النهارية يعني خلال اليوم مش في الليل، هذه القصد يعني. Yes.
I didn't hear the question.
Yes, can you repeat it again, please, Kilani?
What did you do in the day?
Swimming.
I went swimming.
I go swimming.
You have to say went,
I went
Rashid.
swimming.
Yes, I went swimming.
How did you travel around?
I don't think this question works here. هذا ممكن يمشي أحسن لزيارة مدينة تانية. يقصد به كيف تنقلت خلال داخل المدينة نفسها.
نقدر نقول take a taxi ولا.
Yes, you can say I took a taxi. Correct. I used public transportation. Yes, but I think because with Rashid's example going to Sabrata, they stayed in the hotel, right? So so maybe you didn't move in Sabrata, or did you move around? Did you move around, Rashid, or stay in the hotel?
No, stay in the hotel.
Okay, so this means number 6 it's not going to work. Number 7, you can ask him number 7.
Did you have a good time?
Yes, a really good time.
Nice. Yes, I had a good time. Okay. Okay, let's do our last question now. Where's Samiha? Okay, so Najat, you can ask Samiha these questions, and let's see Samiha's holiday.
Samiha, when was your last holiday?
It was in 2019.
In 1920, it was It was before you were born?
No, it's 2019.
Okay.
Where did you go?
I was go to Turkey.
Okay. Can you answer again?
I was go to Turkey.
What's the past of go? The past verb.
Gone.
Starts with W.
When?
Yes.
When?
Yes. Okay.
Was when I went to Turkey.
Correct. I went to Turkey. That's right.
Who did you go with?
I go with my husband.
In the past?
Okay.
I was.
No.
Didn't use was, doctor.
You use was to talk about yourself, but not for actions.
We win.
Yes.
But in spoken language, I do like something. We can.
In this example, you can't because you have the verb go. You cannot use go with was. Impossible.
In the slang or in the...
Even in slang, you have to say I went.
I went.
Because was is for example like were you happy?
Was that,
or you can say I was in Tripoli last month. I was in Italy. So ممكن الجواب was لو سؤالك كان فصله was. Where were you last year? وين كنت السنة اللي فاتت? Do you get the idea? But
yes.
I was at my uncle's house. Or where were you last night? There was a big explosion in Beirut. No, I wasn't in Beirut. I was in Tel Aviv. Okay. Do you get the idea? So لو السؤال كان فصل was حتستعمليه. مثلا زي السؤال الأول. When was your last holiday? It was. هنا لما أنت جاوبتي it was in 2019 صح. It was. إن السؤال جايك أصلا فصل was.
Okay.
Question 4. Where did you stay? In Turkey.
Where did we stayed in a hotel.
In a hotel. We stayed in a hotel.
In a hotel.
What did you do in the day?
We went shopping.
Only? You went shopping, that's all?
No.
You can choose from the activities. You can say we went shopping, we
went sightseeing.
We went sightseeing.
Yes. Go for walk. Went
yes,
for walks.
We went for walks. Okay, this is good.
How did you travel around?
We traveled always by metro.
Did you have a good time?
Yes, we have.
Yes,
we had.
How did she start the question? What did she use in her question?
Did. Yes, we was.
But she used did.
Yes, I did.
Yes, I did.
Yes. You have to say yes, I did, or yes, we did.
Yes, we did.
Yeah. Because yeah, remember did, do and did الأعداء اللدودين ل is and was. مستحيل ما يركبوش بكم مع بعض. مش حتلاقيهم نهائيا مع بعض. لأن يسألوا على أشياء مختلفة. It doesn't work. عادة ال did و do دي ما يسألوا على actions. Study, go, play, sleep. فحتلاقي do و did. Did you go? Did you stay? Did you sleep? Did you study? Do you do exercise?
نقدر نجاوبه we had a good time.
تقدر تقولي we had a good time. Yes, we had a good time. لكن هذا يعتبر full answer ما يعتبر short answer. Did you have a good time؟ بتقولي yes comma فاصلة we had a good time، ولا لو بتجي على نفسك بس I had a good time. لكن هذا يعتبر full answer long answer. لكن لو بتستعملي short answer ما تقدريش تقولي yes I did yes I had يعني مثلا لا you have to say yes I did. معناها أنت عندك الoptions two options. Yes we did yes I did
We had a good time.
yes we had a good time حتى هي صح. لكن هذه زي ما قلت لك full answer وفي العادة ما حدش يستعمل فيها full answer يعني حتى في القواعد هنا ما عادش يقروا فيها لأنك أنت لو بيسألك native did you have a good time بيقول لك yes yes we did yes we did مش حيقول لك yes we had a good time مش حيعود لك الجملة كاملة يعني. alright okay so this means in our next lesson we are going to do the listening and grammar. We will learn about San Francisco. So we're going to learn a little bit about San Francisco, some of the important places you can visit. We're going to talk a little more about can and can't for possibility. التركيز شوية على can and can't في possibility. وهنا عندنا المقارنة اللي بجي ذكر لك ability. So we'll talk about this next lesson. And also the one after it is also about travel. So I think unit 8, all of it is about travel. Okay? So see you next time. Have a good weekend and see you soon.
See you soon.
Thank you.
Right.
Good night. Thank you.
Good night. You're welcome. Bye bye.
Thank you. Good night.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.